get valid, don't forget to tell a friend tips are coming in. The Super Sport Bet is here to make sense of all of the chances that you get. I sound to get valid, don't forget to tell a friend tips are coming in. The odds in your favor, gotta stop playing. Just don't forget to tell a friend. I sound to get tips are coming in. With Super Sport Bet, your chance to win. I sound to get.
Hello, sports bettors, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Playbook, which, of course, is proudly powered by SuperSport Bet. Well, what a show we've got lined up, and it's time for you to listen up because the guests are in form. One man in particular. It's Lucky and Pomozzo. Welcome, guys. But we've got a hell of a weekend coming up because there's a small matter of Australian Open tennis, there's cricket, there's rugby, and, of course, there's lots of football, and I'm going to take care of a bit of golf. But let's start with Pomozzo and find out how he's doing. I watched last week. You were actually very unlucky.
No. There's one of our producers that is sabotaging me. And I'm not happy about
Only one.
Eh?
Only one sabotage.
No, only one sabotaging me. And I'm close to saying his name on air. Next time if he does this, I'm saying his name. Because I went for Amazulu to win away from home.
Yeah.
He says to me, go exact score.
And I go, no. He go, no. And
then I wanted Arrows to say Arrows would win. Then he says, no, but Chiefs will score in the first half.
But we also need speed dial here in the studio because I know Lucky was trying to phone you and said, don't go 0-0 Chiefs half-time, right?
I told him, I even tapped him. I said, Pomozzo, it's going to go not. He says, no, man. A little bird is whispering in my ear to say, definitely first half Chiefs will win. And then I left him.
Listen, I'm going to come out from behind my podium because I've got to show the guys at home. You know, we don't do this for fun. We do it seriously, and we do try and tip wins.
Yeah.
Here's this balance, 38,338. Let's give him a round of applause. That is some going.
Thank you, Neil.
But I'm going to let you dwell on that. I'm going to start with Pomozzo because we're going to talk about the weekend local soccer. What do you like?
I'm looking at Kaizer Chiefs Skukune. I'm looking at Kaizer Chiefs Skukune, and I'm looking at this Skukune team, and I look at their previous game against SuperSport. Yeah. There is one guy called Andy Boyeli.
Yeah.
He got a hat-trick in that game. Yeah. So he's going to influence my bet today because he's sitting on 5 goals in all competition in the league. And I'm looking at Kaizer Chiefs and I'm thinking Kaizer Chiefs are the second worst defense. Now, I'm not going to go for full time. I'm only going until half-time. I want to make my money at half-time. So I'm going for Kaizer Chiefs, Skukune, and I'm going for half-time score.
Right.
And I'm going for that half-time score, and I'm saying half-time score will be 1-0 to Skukune. I'm looking if Boyeli does not score, he will then maybe give an assist, and I SuperSport bet 200 Rand, Kaizer Chiefs Skukune, and Skukune 1-0 at half-time.
I think that Lucky's probably going to agree with you. We were discussing off air about Skukune. They're really doing well. They're looking good. They're prolific. And they're in form. So Chiefs have got a game on their hands.
No, they've got a game on their hands. But again, I'm looking at the same game.
Same game?
I'm saying in this same game, exactly same game. But I'm going with the full-time score. Because Chiefs at home might shock a lot of people. But the final result, I would see Skukune walking away with it. Firstly, is the point that my colleague made, Pomozzo. Boyeli, the striker, on form, on fire.
Yeah, scoring goals.
One understand. But the magic about Wasai Boni Neil, the super sub Mutambo. Second game, the first game he was put in against Amazulu, he scored a goal. Now against SuperSport, he was put in, he started creating and conducting matches in the middle of the park. So, SuperSport, Kaizer Chiefs versus Skukune, I'm going for 500. Win for Skukune and a SuperSport bet on it.
Okay, well, I like that because if the halftime score's 1-0, it stays 1-0, you both win.
Yeah.
I like that.
But they better score first half. My money is gone.
Exactly. We don't need a repeat of last week. Listen, lots of Premiership to talk about, but also I noticed that Pirates are in action away at Al Ahly. 0-0 the game we were talking about. That not easy to go to Al Ahly, so many options. I'm sure some Pirates fans will be looking to bet on that game.
Nil. Qualified. India is already qualified. They're just going there for pride.
But pride's important, isn't it?
Pride is very important. Pride and winning is a habit. And winning is a habit. They've been doing well away from home. Orlando Pirates, they won in Algeria. They drew in Ivory Coast. So it's going to be interesting. what lineup does the coach play? They're already qualified. Does he play his strongest team, or what does he do?
Yeah, and I suppose if you are, a lot of professional punters will tell you, well, if it's a dead rubber, as they call it, that there's no real involvement, probably not a match to get involved in. So are you going to keep your interest for Premier League in England, maybe?
I'm interested in Cape Town City, because Cape Town City beat the two Soweto Giants. They go to Bloemfontein and they lose in Bloemfontein. So I'm looking at Cape Town City at home. They are hosting Richards Bay, and I'm looking at Mushin Etugral, the tactician, to say you will not lose two in a trot.
Marapumza, though Cape Town City, after they beat the two Giants, I felt the players are out of steam. It's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to recover. I see them performing in the first week of February, getting back to the strength.
No. I must go to Mushin Etugral. Mushin Etugral. Never.
Okay.
I'm going for Cape Town City, Richards Bay, and as my heart pumps and as I'm putting that amount, Cape Town City versus Richards Bay, Cape Town City to win, and I put 100 rand on it and I super sport bet on it.
Okay. But a bit of a flag from Lucky there. He's saying it doesn't know whether the guys are on top of their game.
It's just that whatever the display they put against the two Giants, it was unbelievable. And then they went to Marumo Gallants. Banyetesa challenge. They lost 1-0. And you could see how the legs were a bit going at 70th minute. So I don't know, man. I feel they're gonna.
The new word in football is regen and recovery. Ice bath, massages.
Okay.
Then the body is all the lactic acid out, and then the body is fresh.
No problem.
Lucky knows that. The reason he's got a balance of 37,838 with a bet to come is after every show he has an ice bath. He recovers for the... But we're not showing it. It's a family show. So there you go. Super Sport Bet, proud sponsors of the Playbook. After the break, we shift our attention to England, and I have a look at the PGA Tour, because the American Express, I fancy a golfer.
Super Sport Bet, your chance to win. I sound again.
Welcome back. This is the Playbook, powered, of course, proudly by SuperSport Bet. Huge weekend coming up. Let's shift to England and football there. Let's go to Lucky. He's got lots of thoughts. It's been a fascinating couple of weeks because there's been FA Cup action, Premier League. What's on Lucky's mind?
I think I'm going to go with this weekend, Manchester United versus Brighton over. You know why, Neil? Manchester United went to play at Arsenal, the FA Cup. On the 61st minute, they got a red card by Delato, and it was 1-1. But they managed to hold Arsenal until penalties and even win that game. So I think it has been a good 2025 start for Arsenal Promoto. So this game, I see Manchester United, actually a good 2025 for Manchester United. So this game, I see Manchester United winning 2-0. But I'm not going for the exact score, but I just go for Manchester United.
No, we like
win.
it. The more information, the better.
And I'm going to go 500 Manchester United win against Brighton and Hove, and I super sport bet 500 on it.
Okay.
We want to join
500.
500 on Manchester United.
Man United.
But Arsenal 1-1.
No,
FA Cup.
about Arsenal. It was an accident. No, but Neil, no, that was an accident.
And they got a red card.
No, them
Neil,
beating Arsenal
But they
and
have
penalty.
improved. They have
They've
improved.
improved. But what's a red card is 61 minutes, and they stretched it. They stretched it.
Now, you disagree?
No, now just because of red card, they were 1 man down, now they've improved. Is that how it works now? Okay.
If you can hold Arsenal with 10 men for the remainder of the game, then there's something.
I'm an Arsenal fan, so that's why my heart is a little bit soft.
Okay, so where are you going to go?
I'm going for Everton, Tottenham. I just want to tell the viewers how Neil was
struggling teams.
Neil was putting me under pressure to go for Tottenham, but I'm not going for Tottenham. I know he has got a soft spot for Tottenham, but I'm going for Everton, Tottenham. And I'm looking at that game thinking, last 5 games for Tottenham, only 2 wins. Looking at Everton struggling also. So it's 2 struggling teams, Neil. So with 2 struggling teams, I looked at the odds, and the odds are not that great. So I'm going for Everton, Tottenham. I'm putting 100 rand on it, and I'm going for a draw, and I SuperSport bet on it.
Not impossible, because, Everton have got David Moyes back now at the helm. Spurs, I'm afraid. There's three certainties in life. Death, taxes, and Tottenham will not win.
How do you think? How do you think, Neil, David Moyes going back after he had done so well in the period that he was at Everton at that time? And us as South Africans will never forget that, because when David Moyes was at Everton, we saw the best of Steven Pienaar.
Yes, quite right. Yeah. No, I think he's an excellent manager. For me, though, he's very similar. I like Lucky's opinion. I think Sean Dyche and David Moyes are cut from the same cloth. So I'm a bit shocked, actually. It's a like-for-like replacement.
You know what I see, Neil and Pumza? It's coaches who've got the foundation of old style and has studied now the new modern football. And they're bringing it together. So I see it merging very well, and he'll do well.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about golf. I've got it actually over here because it's the American Express. And it is, of course, no Scotty Scheffler. He's not playing. Schauffele's not playing. There's a lot of big names that are not there. So it's perhaps an opportunity for some of the stars to shine. Im took last week off. He's got to be a runner. Justin Thomas likewise. Burns, Cantlay. They're all runners. But here's a guy who's overdue to win. Cameron Young, 34-1. I liked a little bit of him, so that's what I'm going to go and do. I'm going to go on Cameron Young.
Why do you say overdue to win?
You know, he's one of those guys, I think he's finished second in a couple of majors. He can't get the job done. Sometimes he's 5 shots clear after 2 rounds and then the wheels come off. I think experience, he just needs a breakthrough. And without big names like Scheffler and Schauffele, maybe this is his week.
But before we go on, Neil, please skill us with my colleague.
Yes.
That a bird in Mkhotswaka, I see full chicken. Just tell him a little bit.
Well, never mind a bird. We don't want a bird. We want an albatross. That's what we want to do. Eagles and albatrosses for Cameron Young. So I'm going to have 200 Rand each way. Because I've got my balance back. I've got control of my account back, because all those wonderful, and I did love them coming into the studio, but they were using my money, those guests.
Spending your money.
So now it's my own money. 200 Rand each way. And let's just go Cameron Young the win at 34-1. And I SuperSport bet on him. Right, we've got 1 minute of show to go. So there's rugby. There's Australian Open tennis, there's cricket. It's a busy, busy weekend. I want to find out from Lucky, how do you focus then, just because I know you love your tennis, you love your cricket. How do you focus on all the sport?
You just stay at home on a Saturday.
And watch SuperSport?
When you're not booked, watch SuperSport. When you have a full bouquet like me, I don't know about others who've got compact life. So now, you switch. So now, I will look again at the events that will be happening, because I used to play rugby, I used to play tennis, and
rugby.
Scrum
half.
Win. Ace.
Koval. No. Rugby koval.
Neil, when you talk about high schools,
yes,
you talk about Riverside High School.
But it had to be scrum off, because I'm looking at you next to Pomotso. You wouldn't have won too much line-out ball. There's no ways you would have won too much line-out ball there.
That's why I was a winner.
Anyway, guys, thanks very much. As we said, it's a world in which we love our sports betting, and you can have a bet with the Playbook advice, proudly brought to you by SuperSport Bet. From Neil and the team, have a great sports betting weekend.